If you run a business that consistently loses money, it's called an expensive hobby. It's not a business. Business, by definition, needs to make a profit. You as a videographer, you are an employee of the company. You're an asset of the company. Essentially, Jay the investor, right? Jay the owner owns Jay the videographer. And no owner is gonna let the videographer go off and work on these passion projects. Unless the owner himself is like, hey, you know what? That's our budget. This is for whatever. This is either for charity work or for passion project or whatever it is. But otherwise, you can't do that. You cannot commingle business with personal, and that's one thing. People usually think money, but time as well. The funny thing is, if you run a business that consistently loses money, it's called an expensive hobby. It's not a business. Business, by definition, needs to make a profit, right? So the minute that we commingle these things, even if just something so simple as a passion project, and it's like once or twice and all that stuff, if you do it enough, then you start to muddle the water. Then you started to say things like, oh, we actually make money. It's just that I spent these on my passion project. Well, in that case, it's either in or out. If it's in, it's expense. If it's out, then it's on your own time. Doesn't really matter. When you just start out, your time is limited and you have to recognize that. Otherwise, you will get in trouble. And I did this myself too, especially when I started out, right? Especially with something that you are using as a skill to generate a livelihood for yourself. You can't just give that away. I'm not saying to be like all of a sudden like frugal and like, oh man, you gotta pay me for everything. But you have to be aware when it's a hobby versus when it's your job. This is an episode in Mad Men and I absolutely love, right? And I can't even remember the main character's name, but he's in there, and then the guy was, giving him 2 posters or something to review, and I'm probably butchering this, so if there are Mad Men, fanatics out there, I'm sorry. And then the guy goes, well, what do you want me to do with this? And then the guy goes, well, I want you to give me one for free. And then the guy looks at it and he goes, come on, man, like this is my livelihood. And I think that's super important because most people don't realize that, and people think like, oh, come on, Jay, like how long is it gonna take? Like, you're my buddy, like come out and shoot, like it only takes you 2 hours, right? But at the end of the day, this is your livelihood, right? You study for it on your own time. You probably researched it, which camera to buy. You understand that you play with lighting. This is your craft. If I'm really your friend, I'm not gonna steal that from you.